Chapter 13, Have One on Me. After an abrupt halting of filming at Anton's restaurant in Hanoi, you and the crew return to LA, preparing for the premiere of Everett Flint's Taste of the World. I can't believe the season's already over. Right? It feels like only yesterday I had to calm your nerves across the airplane aisle. We've come a long way. Literally and figuratively. You turn the corner and find yourself staring at a towering billboard, and Everett stares out over the city defiantly as if he holds all the answers to the culinary world. Wow. Hey, Taste of World's finally coming out. Finally. I'm seriously addicted to the cooking shows. This makes it real, doesn't it? We're gonna be on TV, Lucy. I know. This is my big break. Just a few months ago, I was a line cook. And now, look. You're on your way to stardom. Hopefully. But so are you. I bet all the studios are going to be clamoring for your design skills. Oh, you think? I've always wanted to be in an interior design show. You both look up at the billboard dreamily, then shake yourselves out of a daze. First things first, our show has to actually air. It's got a lot of moving parts to make that happen. Speaking of, I hear Julie has been helping with the editing. You should pay her a visit. Make sure the footage looks as exciting as possible. And she's only using the footage of my good side. It shouldn't be too hard. Every side is your good side. Vivian laughs, giving a hair flip for good measure. And that's why we're friends, Lucy. At the studio lot. You pop into the office and find Julia grabbing coffee in one of the break rooms. How's it coming along? Wanted to see if I could help out. Shockingly, it's going smooth. I managed to put finishing touches on the first 4 episodes this morning. All the way to Rio? Sounds like you're on a roll. Trying to bring the perspective of the restaurateur and marketer when possible. By the way, I have an update on Quayon's restaurant. It seems word got around. We were in town and critics flocked there to check it out. What did they say? She pulls out a document on her computer and reads from the excerpt. El Colonial takes a new turn under management's leadership. El Colonial, a restaurant owned by the world-famous chef Anton de Vol, has reinvented itself as a crown jewel of Hanoi cuisine. Under the management, Quayon Nguyen's leadership, Le Colonial seems to have taken a step forward in refocusing the messaging and cuisine of the establishment. We were impressed with the addition to the menu. The Gaos take on Bang Chawan. It rivals even the best Bang Chawan we've tried in Hanoi. While things seem to be in a flux due to the earlier departure of Everett Flint's Taste of the World makeover show, I couldn't help but be impressed by Quayon's passion and culinary sensibilities. Yay, 5-star, we did good. Julia closes the window with a smile. That was incredible. I was worried not having a launch party would hurt the restaurant, but Quayon's clearly got it handled. Good for him. It's incredible. All the restaurants on the show have gotten rave reviews. This will really generate hype for the show. That's amazing. All of our hard work is paying off. So, what are you working on now? It'll be easier if I show you. You got 5 stars on all restaurants, rising star. In the editor room, Julia sits down in a chair and you got a good look at the screen. It's Quayon. Mid-interview, Julia presses play. At the end of the day, I have no regrets. Anton has been so busy prepping for his new show, he reluctantly allowed us to change the decor and menu items. I have no doubt we'll bounce back. Wow, after everything, he's still staying positive. That's what I want to focus on in this episode. He's the underdog, after all. We gotta have the audience rooting for him. Yeah, especially when your boss has the thumb on you. So basically, if we weren't here, he might not get this edit. You're a knight in shining armor. She smirks at her lofty tone. I am but a humble servant to the editing software and to certain beguiling culinary producer. I only hope that the show manages to connect with the audience, especially since we don't know if we'll get renewed for a second season yet. With your editing handiwork, I'm sure you'll single-handedly bring us to award-winning glory. No pressure at all. Wouldn't dream of it. Actually, I could use another set of eyes on this. If you're not busy, would you stay and give me feedback on some of the footage? Besides, I've been locked up in here for hours. I could definitely use the company. Time and choice. Like I said, I came here to help you, so here I am. Great, you're hired. Pull up a chair. You settle in and roll your chair next to hers in front of a large screen. So basically, I need to help the team cut the footage to get each episode down to 45 minutes. But there's gotta be hundreds of hours of footage. Most of the work's already done, luckily. Check it out. She pulls up the footage of the team at Carl's Crawfish Boil in New Orleans, and then at the reception for the couple in Santorini. Everyone looks so happy. Despite all the bumps on the road, it feels like something good came together in the end. She pauses, cursor hovering over the play button. I need your perspective on something. She fast-forwards, landing on footage of Everett and Fahim yelling at each other across the kitchen. This is the day of the big fight in Marrakesh. I remember all too well. Your heart sinks as the scene plays on. Oh no. How about you just leave? That's the one thing you're actually good at. What did you say? Oh, hey, come on. Let's not do this right now. On camera, you see Everett dart forward, grabbing his tagine. As Fahim curses at him, he lifts it over his head and throws it on the floor. You flinch at the sound of the dish smashing across against the tile in a crash. Better get to work. And I thought that was a bad in person. She cringes, playing back the moment again. Not Everett's finest moment. That'll make for good TV. Oh no. We're starting to sound like Zara. It's different working on the side of the footage. Right? But I'd like to think that we have better intentions than her. Here's the question. Should I work a little magic on the scene, or leave it the way it is? I think we need to put ourselves in the best light. Oh, it's raw, uncut. People seem to dig that. Show what really happened. Warts and all. It's true, to our show. And Everett, you think he'd want us to try and clean up after him? A good point. Besides, it shows the audience that there's not always a happy ending. Sometimes things get messy and there's no way to work it out. Wise words. I'll leave it in then. She jots down a few notes for the editors, then moves on to the next scene. I found this moment from Tokyo. Lucy, I don't want to delay when the kushiyaki are rolling out. Heat up the frying oil for me. Yes, chef. He'll watch as you heat up the oil in the fryer, as he asked. Wow, riveting. It looks like you were resisting Zara's instructions to provoke him. Tried to, anyway. If I had to pass on feedback to the editors, what kind of personality do you want us to play up for you? Well, I'd like to play up my supportive moments. I'm here first and foremost to create a good show and help our restaurant owners any way I can. That's what I want to be known for. You certainly did a good job. I'll put in a word with the editors. Alright, next scene. This time, you and Everett are on screen cooking together in one of the restaurant's kitchens. You definitely can't edit this out. I need as much screen time as I can get. Instead of a laugh, she clears her throat. There's something I wanted you to take a look at. She fast forwards to a bit, to a part where you and Everett are standing close to each other. You watch yourself as you edge closer, shooting a shy smile up at Everett beside you. To your amazement, Everett looks back just as fondly. It's then you realize you're nearly holding hands. Ruh-roh. Oh. Yeah, oh. You know, the editor's got the impression there's something between the two of you. Just from that footage? There's more, actually. You know what it looks like, but I want to give you the final decision. Should we keep this footage in the episode? We should keep it in. I think it's a sweet moment. Besides, if people jump to conclusions about us, they'd be right. I'm not ashamed of it. Alright, in it stays. For the time for the last scene, I found this gym this morning. This time, you see some recent footage from Hanoi. Anton slams his hand against the shelves. God damn it, Quinn. How many times do I have to tell you to put things in order here? Everett Flint is going to be here any moment, and I don't want this place looking like a post-apocalyptic disaster. Yes, Mr. Duval. Suddenly, the pressure of Anton's hand on the shelves causes a stray orange to fall down and bump off Anton's head. Who did that? Damn you all! What? And Julia double over the table laughing. This is absolutely golden, and it shows Anton secretly cares a lot of what Everett thinks of him. That's what I think, too. The team is considering whether to put the montage of bloopers at the end of each episode. But we're not sure if that'll take away from the professional tone of the show. What do you think? Nah, perfect, throw 'em in. Come on, the look on Anton's face is too great to not include. That's what I'd hoped you'd say. Consider it done. She taps a button and closes the window. There should be enough feedback to give the editors for today. I'll trudge through more boring footage on my own. Feels kinda good, doesn't it? Getting to put our own little stamp on the show. A good restaurateur knows the devil in the details. You know, watching all of this, it sparked something in me, you know? I've been watching hours and hours of people who have the job I want, running a restaurant. So, I procrastinated a bit by looking up some real estate. No way. Do you think you'll really do it? It's just something I've been toying around with for now. I think I've been so too much. I've become kind of a risk averse. You're doing a lot, even in these small steps. Considering it, doing some light research, getting inspired. Take your time. Sometimes you need the right inspiration to make you take action. She slowly rotates her chair to face you. Your chairs touch your knees only inches away. You think so? You lock eyes with her, the low, artificial light of the computer screen casting lovely shadows across her face. I do. I should lean in. Feeling weightless, you move forward into Julia's face. You catch a small smile on her face before her lips are on yours. Hey, you. You hum happily, catching her lips for another kiss as you rest your hand on the nape of her neck. Hey, yourself. Her hand slides up your leg and you find yourself shifting ever closer, practically falling into her chair as you deepen the kiss. After a long moment, she sighs, resting her forehead against yours as you both catch your breaths. Thanks for helping, Lucy. Unfortunately, I should get back to editing. I know. I'll see you gunning for award season. But who knew editing could be so romantic? She chuckles as you gather your things and straighten your clothes. She sees you to the door. Sleep well, Lucy. I'll see you at the wrap party tomorrow. Promise me you won't pull an all-nighter. Cross my heart. With one final kiss, the two of you part for the evening. The next day, you get a call from Zara to meet her at her office on the studio lawn. Post-production is the devil, Lucy, which is why I need you to help me out. Everett is meeting with the press today to do interviews and promote the show. And you need me to be there to babysit him, make sure he doesn't piss a reporter off. I won't mince words, Lucy. We need a lot of eyes on the premiere. If the season gets attention, we'll be guaranteed a second. He leans forward over her desk, enunciating each word carefully. Remember, these interviewers aren't here for a nice chat. You need to convince them and their audience to tune in. Build hype for the show. Promise them all the drama they want, and then some. And if you can convince Everett to take Anton up on his challenge and compete on his show, even better. Why? Because Anton's challenge is our show's cliffhanger. His show is on the same network. It's perfect crossover. Zara, haven't you learned anything from the past season? You keep trying to force these things to happen, but all it ever does is cause chaos. Sure. You can thank me when we're greenlit for a second season. She waves you off. I like to wave my foot up her ass. Go, give the press an interview to remember. You quickly head across town, per Zara's instructions, and make your way to a swanky hotel suite for the interviews. You find Everett slouching in the seat, staring into nothing as the cameras set up around him. Someone's excited. I just got here and I'm already annoyed out of my skull. But if you're here, maybe it'll be a little more tolerable. The first interview slips into the room, bringing with her an air of anxiety and wonder. Hello, it's an honor to meet you, Mr. Flint. Lots of restaurant shows are all no-nonsense and cutthroat, but Mr. Flint seems like the kind of man who goes against the grain. She leans forward, looking ready to deliver a punchline. So tell me, did you have any funny pranks you like to pull on each other during filming? I loathe pranks. Zara said to play up the fun and aspect of the show. Whatever it means to say is, we took our work very seriously. We flew all around the world, had to redesign restaurants in a matter of days. We hardly had enough time for sleep, let alone pranks. Thankfully. Oh, well, at least you sound dedicated. Oops, maybe I should have livened things up since we are a reality show. How about I follow my own gut? The next interviewer sits in front of you with a plastered-on smile. So, Everett, this is quite the comeback you're making. That's the idea. But, do you think it'll work? Everyone was talking about your dramatic exit during The Knife's Edge last year. They thought you were finished. Clearly I'm not. I'm back now, aren't I? Yes, but for how long? Are you sure you won't have another, meltdown this time around? Despite what you think, I do have self-control. And what about Anton's challenge? Everyone is talking about it. Will you accept? Listen, I need to help him out. It's an interesting question, but this is a career-defining season. If you thought Everett Flint, or knew him before, wait until you see him in action on our show. It'll be a roller coaster ride of emotions, but you'll see his growth and arc during the show. It's truly a new phase of his career. Right. The best hope. Or best phase, I hope. Seems like all of you are brewing up something good. The viewers will hear from here first. This should help Everett's press. The next interviewer is a clear veteran. After a few minutes of small talk, she rolls effortlessly into the first real question. So, Lucy, Everett, there have been some rumors swirling since the early days of filming. What kind of rumors? There are photos, you see, of you and Lucy around town, looking quite close in some, if I may say. Even as you sit in front of me now, I sense that the two of you aren't just co-workers and co-stars, am I right? If you're looking for action this season... Everett blinks in surprise, but you continue on undeterred. but you'll need to tune in to be sure. You glance over at Everett, offering him your hand with a warm smile. He lets his hand fall comfortably into yours. I couldn't have done this without you, Lucy. You can put that on the record. Hopefully that's enough to build hype for our show. We'll have to see what happens. I got 2 out of 3. I'm sorry we didn't do pranks. Later, you meet up with Vivian to get ready for the rap party. When you get a chirper notification, pull up a FluxTube video. Hey, so, has everyone responded to your challenge yet? It's been days. Of course not. But it's as expected. The silence is deafening, and so is the fear. Oh, have I mentioned how much I hate this guy's guts? That's exactly why we have to go all out and look amazing tonight. The rap party is about celebrating us, not worrying about Anton, and especially not his show. Besides, it'll be your first red carpet. You have to make an entrance and introduce yourself to the industry. Oh, you just want to play dress-up with me again. Vivian grins and pivots into a small boutique. Can you blame me? Look at this. She steers you over to the evening wear corner of the store where outfits of silk and glimmering stones dazzle you. Oh, I know exactly what I want. She rushes into a dressing room and returns momentarily. That looks pretty. Good find. It's just the look our illustrious head designer needs tonight. Try saying that word 3 times fast. It's the one, but let's find something for you. After some searching, Vivian plucks a showstopper ensemble from the rack. If you turn heads tonight, people will know your name before the show even premieres. It could be the Kickstarter I need. Mermaid Starlet, bask in the moment on the red carpet. Looks pretty as well. You whistle at yourself in the mirror. I don't think I've ever worn anything this fancy. You deserve it, Lucy. We both do. Later that night, you arrive at the rap party. On the red carpet, you see the crew, the guest celebrities posing for photos. When you step out of the car, a camera flash fills your vision. Lucy, over here! You know my name? Lucy, can I get a few more questions? No, come here. You look stunning in that look, Lucy. Give us a spin. Sure. You feel exhilaration from all the attention and give the camera your best smile. We'll be keeping an eye on your career, Lucy Adams. Once you make it inside the venue, you may stop and to take it all in. Hundreds of people fill the room, and you even see a huge ice sculpture by the open bar. Wow, they spared no expense. The perks of working for a major network. You turn in surprise to see Zara. It seems you've got the paparazzi all worked up due to that snazzy outfit of yours. If they've got eyes on us, they'll have eyes on our show. Good work. Thanks. Here's hoping. Didn't she want you off the show countless times? The network was very impressed with how you handled the press interviews, by the way. If the publicity translates into views, Food Flicks will have no choice but to renew us for a second season. That would be incredible. Now go, mingle, before I ask you for another favor. As she disappears into the crowd, you make your way to the catering table, and it is, watching fire breathers in awe, staring at celebrities you've only seen in magazines. I can't believe I'm really here. Grab a drink and glance around, spotting your friends at different spots around the venue. I should go say hi. We've got Everett, Julia, Vivian. Well, we just walked in with Vivian, but sure, let's go see him again. You make your way to Vivian and Hudson, chatting together over drinks. They both look snazzy in their formal attire. Black tie Hudson, look at you. I'm nothing like a t-shirt and a good pair of jeans to get me through the day, but I'm not opposed to dressing up. You don't look too bad yourself. I might have to have had something to do with it. You two enjoying the party? After all our hard work on the show, we finally get to enjoy the off hours. This is the best night ever. In more ways than one. Vivian said she would go on a date with me. Whew! Hudson lifts Vivian up as though she's nothing and gives her a twirl, setting her back down gently. She tucks her hair back bashfully. Congratulations. When did this happen? Oh, tonight. But I've wanted to ask since we visited Tokyo Tower. You really helped bring us together. Thanks, Lucy. Our first date is going to be at the art museum, of course. You two lovebirds go. The dance floor's all yours. Take a break by the bar instead of seeing the other two. Julia went out. Before you even start making your way to Julia, she spots you first, turning to you with a winning smile. She gets closer and stops short, looking over you with a wide-eyed expression. Lucy, you look incredible. I clean up nice, don't I? You look breathtaking. I aim to please... Excuse me, Zora told me I might find you here? Who, me? You're Julia Navarro, right? Owned, Cochino Navarro? I recognize you from the trailer. I used to love the restaurant. I even celebrated my 20th wedding anniversary there. That's amazing. He takes out his card and passes it to Julia. A shame what happened to it. If you ever start a new venture, please get in touch. I'd love to be of service. The man pats Julia on the back and leaves before she can utter another word. Did he just offer to bankroll you? I don't know. She looks down at the business card in shock. Whatever happened, it sounds like your restaurant created wonderful memories for people. That's all I ever wanted. And finally, Everett. You join Everett to the hors table, where he's closely inspecting the spread. Lose something in there? He does a double take when he sees you, and even steps back to get a better look. I don't think you've ever looked better. Looks like you don't hold back either. But may I ask why your eyes are burning holes through the table? Look at this. It isn't right. Fish right next to chocolate cake. The presentation doesn't make any sense. Okay, I agree with him. You're not on the catering staff, Everett. Let it go. This is a wrap party, a food show. Just turn your brain off for a second. Let loose. You don't have to be a perfectionist all the time. Come on, have a drink with me. Let's toast to the night. Yeah, but that cake is gonna smell and taste bad. It's going to absorb the fish smell. I'm just saying. You grab 2 champagne glasses off a nearby tray and push one into his hands. To us, to everything we've accomplished, and to being 2 of the best culinary consultants in the business. Everett snorts but cooks his glass against yours. Message received, I'll let it go this time. That's all I ask. After you stop by the bar to refill your glass, the DJ switches over to a slow jam. You watch as people on the dance floor cozy up with their partner, and you feel a sudden urge to do the same. Maybe I should ask someone to dance? You have a choice between Everett and Julia. Swear she does squats. Anyway. Listen, strong legs, nothing wrong with that on a woman. You make your way over to Everett, who's sitting in a corner booth and watching the dance floor with suspicion. You know you're meant to have fun at a party, right? News to me. You roll your eyes and offer a hand to him. Come on, dance with me. Everett grumbles, but takes your hand anyway. Why is it so hard to say no to you? I don't know. Maybe because I'm adorable and charming? You pull him into the dance floor, moving close until you're nearly chest to chest, his hand along your lower back. That's an oversimplification. Then set this record straight. You lead him through the dance, swaying back and forth through it all. His gaze never leaves yours. Fine, I might be fond of you. Oh, that wasn't so hard, was it? His hand tightens in yours as the crowd pushes you closer together. Do you miss it? Being on the road? No, not while you're here. Even with the lights overhead and the loud music, all you can focus on is him and how close his lips are to yours. You twine your hand behind his neck and lean forward to meet his lips. His grip on you tightens as you softly sigh into the kiss. Your head pleasantly whirls with the swaying lights and music. What about all of our coast workers watching? He doesn't even cast a glance around the room. What about him? He pulls you closer to him with more force, deepening the kiss you let loose, allowing yourself to exist solely in this moment. Later, during the party, you hear raised voices in a corridor right outside the ballroom. You peek outside and see a paparazzo shoving a camera in Everett's face. Come on, man, the news is all over town. You gotta give me something. He must have broken in. I don't gotta give you a damn thing. What's going on here? Glad to have an audience, the paparazzo grins and points at Everett, and still keeping his camera on him. Heard his ex and great Anton Duval are not only shacking up, they're engaged. Pretty low blow, huh? You stare in shock, but Everett simply glowers and pushes past. Nothing to say, this will be all over Dirty Hollywood in 20. See if I care. Everett storms down the corridor, barreling towards some partygoers who are blocking the exit. Out of my way. The terrified guests dodge out of the way as Everett shoves the door open. You follow after him, the paparazzo taking photos all the while. You cut in front of Everett, forcing him to halt and look at you. Everett, stop. You soften, putting a hand under his chin and getting him to look at you. Just like that, Everett runs out of steam, leaning into your touch. I'm sorry about the news. Are you okay? Is it true? It's true. I've known about them for a long time. Nashim cheated on me with Anton back when we were engaged. I found out about it during the Knife's Edge finale. Damn. I'm so sorry. That's a terrible betrayal on its own, but combined with it being your nemesis. I met Anton before the Knife's Edge, of course. We were always bumping shoulders at events, coming across similar opportunities. I knew him earlier on, and I didn't like him or the way he ran his kitchen, but on the show, it all went to the next level. I bet. Did you see any of it coming? Does anyone? I should have. It's him and I, together, it was too passionate, too temperamental, too challenging. We burned it down ourselves even before Anton. But why did you choose Anton of all people? He's older, suave, successful, confident. And I bet he singled her out to get to me. But more than that, I think there's truly is a connection there. Whatever it is, it hurt to see. So, this is what the argument you had behind the scenes with Anton was about. I didn't stop there. He used that confrontation against me, saying I had lashed out, had a full meltdown, that it was impossible to work with someone like me. But that's a lie. You were perfectly justified to be upset. A few business partnerships fell through after that. People only want a certain amount of fiery, enough to be good press, not too much that it's unlivable. But that's not who you really are, at all. Everett, we can start a new chapter together. You interlace your fingers with his. Screw them all, we don't need to take them or their gossip mongering with us. He squeezes your hand back. You have no idea how nice it is to hear that. He sighs, looking back into the ballroom. Still, just like that paparazzo, it seems that some things are intent on following me around, no matter what I do. Let's head back in. I'm with you. As you step back into the ballroom, a squealing microphone gets everyone's attention. It always does. Hey, all of you! You whip around to face the stage and spot Zara tottering on in her heels, microphone in one hand and a martini in the other. Oh, no way. Is she drunk? I want you all to know that you kicked major ass this season. Crashed, more like. Drink up, everyone. Tomorrow we will know victory. Where are we going into war? The crew looks on with wide eyes as these rare words of affirmation and raise their glasses back to her. Unexpected, but I'll take it. Woo, go team. You pass the rest of the night with the crew in small hours of the night. Much later, the party has wound down and you've said your goodbyes to the guests and other crew members, all except Everett. I'm worried about him after the paparazzo incident. I should have made sure he's okay. Not finding him in the ballroom, you head out to the hall and start checking the other rooms. You peek your head into the catering area and see Everett rummaging through the ingredients, preparing a plate, mumbling to himself. You look around, impressed by the glossy kitchen. Looks nice. You're really gonna overstay your welcome at the venue, all for a midnight snack? Past midnight, yes. Always. Join me. You hop onto the counter beside him, your legs dangling. This takes me back to the old days when you ruined the catered lunch at the dinner and invited me to eat at the studio. Some things should never change. Look what I managed to put together. Fondue à chocolat. Treasure trove. Oh, good eye, Mr. Fland. As you both dip into the leisurely spread, you're aware of the silence in the kitchen around you. Everett clears his throat. I didn't tell you everything earlier. Outside in the courtyard. No? I don't regret what happened with me and Nassim. If it hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here now. And I very, very much want to be here now. Yeah? Why's that? His heated gaze flicks to you and then stays steady. You know why. You stare back at him as he comes to a stop in front of you. The tension is palpable, and you know what happens next is entirely in your hands. Diamond choice. We'll go as far as we can. He smiled at her, hopped down to the floor, leaning back against the counter invitingly. It's just you and me now. What are you gonna do about it? It's better if I show you. He crashes into you, pulling you into a kiss as his hands hold you in place. You have a laugh, feeling giddy, electric, as you realize there's nothing holding you back any longer. A love bite on his neck. He tilts his head back, giving you better access. I'm not quite done yet. You move your mouth lower, nipping gently at the skin as he groans against you. Damn it, Lucy. With a growling sound, Everett pulls you closer to him by the waist. Give an experimental rock of your hips, and he shudders against you. Grinning, you speak in between the kisses. I can't believe you're seducing me in a kitchen. Of all the places. He smirks and reaches around to cup your bottom, pulling you closer still. Should I have seduced you in the ballroom, with everyone watching? Watching you. You shiver at the low, dangerous tone in his voice. Now that you mention it. Breathless, you start to tug on your clothes. Let's get out of these. You feel shameless, stepping out of your outfit, tossing it to the side, but Everett's reaction is well worth it as his eyes carve into you, taking you in with awe. You nod at his clothes. Lose those while you're at it? Everett smiles knowingly, and you feel a thrill go through you as he strips off his garments. You bite your lip as he throws the last of his clothes to the floor. You drink in the side of him, pausing when you notice a tattoo in Roman numerals spanning across his ribs and wonder what the secret meaning. Feels like I'm meeting you for the first time. Come here. You step back into his arms, and then Everett presses a knee between your thighs. In an instant, you're pinned against the counter. All you can do is tilt your head back as he dots kisses down your neck. You groan, leaning into him. When you bump against the dessert tray behind you, you spot a few things that spark an idea. I should reach for the chocolate. Feeling bold, you reach over and get a dollop of rich, dark chocolate with your finger. Want some? He leans closer, his gaze never leaving yours as he closes his lips around your fingertip and licks it up, sucking gently. So good. Everett. You tug Everett closer, feeling flushed all over from the heat of the kitchen and his skin against yours. Tell me what you need, Lucy. Everett, let's slow down. You separate from him long enough to catch your breath. I mean, You just stir the kitchen, and he chucklingly, knowingly. I get it. Here. He steps away from the counter and pulls you into his arms instead. How about we stay like this? It's more than okay with me. You lean into the warm embrace, the two of you linger there, breathing in the moment, your lips meeting again. Yes! See, those are moments that I'm fine with. Later, you finally catch your breath, you disentangle yourself, and start picking your clothes up off the kitchen floor. If security's doing their rounds right now, I bet we're their worst nightmare. I've been called worse things before. Everett swoops in to capture your lips and a kiss before you both start slipping back into your clothing. Worth every moment. You quickly get dressed and tidy the kitchen, then shut off the lights, the door swinging shut behind you. Not everything has to be about Chicka Wow Wow. When you and Everett step out into the cool night air, he pauses and looks out over the city, a few stragglers pile into the limos. What's wrong? I wasn't sure I'd ever have an opportunity like tonight again, after what happened with Anton. They came tonight because they believe in you. You have to leave the past in the past. You're right, but tonight I learned that with the paparazzo with Anton still can get under my skin. He looks to you, a determined look in his eyes. I'm gonna go to a show, Lucy. Not for Zara, not for the network, but so I can bury the past, once and for all. Yeah, we didn't create anything, unless chocolate fondue counts. Anyway, without further ado, before I have to say what I need to say, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description, plenty of things to check out, ways to support, and whatnot. There's also the join and thanks feature that's on the channel. Please consider using those. Aside from that, I feel like Julia. Like 98% Everett, but at the same time, Julia in this moment. About the whole, you created something, right? You went out of your comfort zone, you made something, and you just wanted people to feel good, to make memories, if you will, if you even do, to have something that will stand the test of time, that, long after, I've turned to dust, right? That this channel, everything I've done, everything I've said will continue to be here. And that, I don't know. Maybe if you're all still here and you're wanting to watch, rekindle old times, gaming your memories, whatnot. Yeah, that's pretty much what the point of this channel is, to be a beacon of light, also. To help people, to make people feel better, I don't know. There's a lot of reasons I made this channel. Really. The only one thing that I ever regret is we didn't have a bigger community. We didn't have a more active community, and we didn't have a bigger community. Right? I would have liked, with all the years that I've put into this channel now, of literally 12 years, that we didn't get bigger, but it is what it is. There's still time, right? So, again, consider sharing. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Catch you all in the next chapter or video. Peace out.